Hello, my friends. I know it's not Friday, and I really love to say Happy Friday because Friday's always a fun day. It's the day before the weekend. And let me adjust my camera just a tiny bit. Let's see if that's better. Maybe it is. Anyway, yesterday was so busy as we were trying to get some of our kids out. We've been running behind with um, a bunch of obstacles, getting paper, and anyway, just life has been an obstacle. And I'm even running late today simply because right at 5 o'clock, my grandkids called from South Dakota, and they were singing and dancing for mothers there, and my son wanted me to be a part of that, so I got to watch it, which is fun. All right, I am playing with things that I love. This new monster paper from Echo Park. I should have brought the whole collection over here because it's absolutely adorable. It just caught my eye. I just want to play with it and make some stuff. So that was my inspiration. And then I also have, let's see, these are all the things I played with. These Spellbinders Little Monster die cuts. They're super fun to play with. So I grabbed, these were my inspiration. This was the Poor Departure. What can I do? So what pop-up did I choose? I chose the Explosion card, which is really a fun card. And then I went through Karen's dies to see what other ones kind of look like monsters. I thought this alien guy kind of can be a monster. And then, of course, the germs can make really good monsters. And then the Playful Pop-Up Monster add-on, of course, is a great monster as well. So then some extra add-ons. Because I wasn't playing with the Playful Pop-Up, my monster needed a body, so that's where the crosshatch ovals came into play. And then I used one of the border blends, which is, just buried it right here, borders and trims. Anyway, so let's get started. Here we have a A2 size card, and with this Explosion pop-up, it creates some fun score lines, which are pretty easy to work with. Just gonna go that first score line right down the middle. And then the next score line I'm gonna play with is the one that goes diagonal from the corner to that middle one, and it sort of stops there. And then we'll do the other one, the other side, I mean. Once you get these done, then you can kind of push it down. See how it kind of forms that little triangle right there? Get that triangle in there. It's like making a paper airplane, Get it going. All right, that's the first one. And then you're going to have these horizontal folds. And I'm just going to, with it all folded up, Karen suggests that when you're playing with this Explosion pop-up, you'll notice that this paper is one-sided. You want to use a very lightweight. She even suggested using wrapping paper for this, which would be really fun. Think of all the wrapping paper you get. And you can use the wrapping paper to make a card. So I also had another customer come in today, and she takes the wrapping paper that she gets her gifts in from her kids or whatever, and then she takes that wrapping paper, irons it. I was impressed with that. Irons part of it and makes a thank you card with that wrapping paper. Wouldn't that be fun to use the Explosion pop-up for that wrapping paper? All right, so I just kind of went through and practiced getting some of those folds, see how you can see them. Now we're just going to alternate, and so we're going to go that triangle there, mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley. Get it? That same triangles going here. Should have had the other one folded so nobody needs to watch me fold this twice, I don't think. And the other one. All right, let's do the other side. That triangle going. angle. Once you get it, that corner piece right there, the rest will just kind of fall into place. Now from here, it's going to be a little fan. All right, so we're gonna alternate mountain, mountain fold, mountain fold, and come back up. Mountain, and bring this next one into valley. And then fold this other one down in, and then fold this one in. So they just kind of collapse into themselves like that. Doing that mountain, valley, mountain, valley. Hi, Autumn. You're right. It does look like I'm doing origami, and that's kind of another, it could be very much origami. It kind of does remind me of that. So, but I'm actually using a die that's from Karen Berniston called the Explosion Pop-Up. And it's going to fan out like this. So you are creating doing some origami, and it makes a really fun wow card when you're doing your cards, giving out cards. It's a fun one to watch people open because it has quite the explosion. Okay, so see how it folds up quite nicely there? Just folds up so compact. And we're going to stick this right on the edge of our card. So I'm just going to take some liquid glue here. Do the bottom side first. And when we're putting it on, this triangle cutout part is going to go on the outer edge. So all the folds are on this outer edge. And I like to come just slightly, oops, I'm not close enough to the fold, scoot up there. I like to come in just like a fraction, I could barely see a little bit of green right here. Yeah, this was pretty easy. And it makes a big wow in the card, especially when you get them both in. So let's get that side in. The reason why I like to leave a little bit of green here so that when the card is closed, we're not going to see any of that white core paper hanging out. All right, ready? This is what see how it just fans out. Isn't that super fun? So fun. All right, unfortunately, you're going to have to suffer through me watching me fold this other one because I wasn't smart enough to have it folded for you before I started the video. So we'll just work our way through getting the second one folded. I like folding that little corner in there. Once you get that corner, poke that corner. Oh, there it is. Then everything folds, because the engineer, Karen, she did everything for us, all the hard work by getting all the score lines just perfect for us. And then all we have to do is fold it. And I'm going through the horizontal score lines right now. There's 4 of them. By doing that, then it just falls into place that much quicker. All right, so now we open it up, and then we're going to do our corners. Just going to get it all folded into itself. Get this next one up. And then put the next one down. You'll get to see how quickly it just folds right into itself. Let's do the other side. There's that one. And bring the next one up. We're just alternating like a fan. Then bring the next one down. And then the next one up. Goes together pretty easy. You can see I probably got off a little bit right here on this one. Let's see if I can fix it because it's not folding straight. Let's get up. See if I can get it fixed. I might have to trim it because I get that back in there. Should line up so it's nothing sticking out. And it was definitely sticking out. Okay, so now we're going to glue the other one. Glue it in on the opposite side. We're going to have this beautiful explosion. All right, so let's get some liquid glue in place. This is a fun die to work with. It has, this could go alone on its own and you could just put some center paper in there. But it also comes with a tiered pop-up, couple boxes. I've done it before where I've taken the sundae or the cupcake. Those will fit inside here where you can add this. I like the sundae because it has a little movement with the spoon. And it could be in the center of this. So the cupcake die would fit right in the center. So it's kind of fun. But I'm just using the explosion as is. And that, so here I've taken another piece of this crazy busy paper and I've used, you can see the score lines here. It has the die where, with the nubs on it, so that you're going to line this up to your fold and it's going to give you two pop-up stair, you know, a big box and a little box. So here's that big box and I'm using that same, so flimsy, it's like copy weight paper. So I'm gonna get it to fold here without folding where I don't want it to fold. There it goes. There's that first box. And then to get that other box out, we just need to push it the opposite direction. And then fold it again. Super thin. There it goes. But it's just strong enough. It's just strong enough. So see, you've got those two lifts. And then when I get it in the center here, it fits right in there. Looks like my width, see, I see the width right here where these two angles are. My width is a little too wide, so I'm gonna have to trim some off. I'm just gonna use some scissors, not get the trimmer out, just cut. Let's see, how many squares do I have to cut off to get this centered. If I line this right up, it looks like I'm right at, let's see, line my lines up right at this line and flip this line, and then over here we're at this line. So I'm just going to cut up. Oh gosh, it's the stigmatism. This is playing tricks on my eyes. Cut up that line there, and then we'll cut down this line here. So it'll fit right in between. We don't want to get in the way of the triangle piece right here because that's going to fold in. See that center triangle? We don't want to interfere with that because that's how it's all going to collapse and open and close fairly nicely. Okay, so now with this, you can decide if you want to have the little box in the front and the big box in the back, or you can put the big box in the front and the little box in the back. So there's so many different ways you could do that. Yes, I do like to have the pattern match. I'm a little OCD that way, but it works for me. Okay, so I want to have the little box on the top. So I'm going to take and put glue on the open space. And as long as we don't put anything too heavy and crazy on this thin paper, you can go ahead and make it all match. Okay, I can use the thin paper on the inside as well. But if you're going to put something that you need the sturdiness, I'm not too worried about, got a glove bubble there. I'm not too worried about this. I'm going to have a trim on there. And I'm not, once again, I'm not too worried about that. But the plaid's looking like it's lining up pretty good. So let's go ahead and get this other side glued down. there we go. All right. Let's go ahead and shut it off. All right. Now let's add our cute monsters. Now I just cut some chunks here. I don't even know if it's going to be how far I want it to come down. So that looks so cute. Look at how cute that is. So cute. Now I might want it to be up here even with the plaid. Like I might want to trim a little bit off. So it's only because I want to put a border on there, you know? So I'm going to put a pencil mark there. And I'm going to be brave and cut with my scissors again. See if I can cut straight. There we go. There. That looks better. Watch. Then we'll put this cute border on there that will mask any crooked cut that I made. Love her border blends. And did you know when you're using the border blends that you can hook them together and create even additional borders, which is so fun. Means you're getting 3 dies, but see if I can explain what I mean. So here you got the 3 dies. These are the one that kind of looks like a postage, one that looks like hearts with a scallop, and then this one right here. Then that's the 1 die, it cuts those 3 out. Then you have the 2nd die that colors out these big circles here, and then you have the 3rd die that goes like this. Now on the die itself, it has little latches that you can hook together, and so when the when 1 and 2 is hooked together, you get this double diamond one, and when 1 and 3 is hooked together, then you get this look here. So you're gonna get, look at that one, isn't that cool? That's so cool. And then here, I love how she woven the ones in here. It's really fun. Okay, so when you mix the dies together, I just cut out the 1 die, and I kind of liked that heart one that kind of looks scalloped, and I thought I would put it on there so it looks like we're going to get, like the way the scallops kind of fit inside. Let's see if this fits. I'm going to cut right next to the heart. And let's see if that will fit in there. That's too big. Bummer. That means I'm going to, do I cut off a whole heart? Let's look if I can get that in there. That's like a half a heart. Looks like we're going to have to cut it off right there. I was hoping the whole heart would fit, but it doesn't. Too narrow. Let's see how that just finishes it off. Okay, let's go ahead and get that on there. I'm going to put a bead of glue right along the edge here. And we can grab our heart border and stick that on. Kind of almost looks like I could have made it a little bit. Those monsters are just making me happy. They're so cute. I just think they're so cute. All right, then we have the same chunk down here. Let's keep our monsters going the same direction. And looks like I want to, look how it just stays up too. I love that. It stays up so nice. You don't even need a display helper. It just is going to stay up by itself. Let's see if I can cut a semi-straight line. Try again. Cut it off. Guess my measurements were a tad bit off when I was cutting the paper. All right. But easy fix, right? Easy fix. Okay, now let's, got that same border. I cut it twice so that I can have the same border on there. And get that right. Even border here. Okay, so we got another set of hearts. I'm going to go back the other direction so it kind of looks like a scallop going in towards this explosion. that lined up in there. And look, it just kind of frames it. See that? Oh, let me get it glued on. I'll show you. I get excited. I get ahead of myself. Just got to get it done. I think making pop-up cards is exciting. It's so much fun. It's amazing what these will do. And I love reactions of people that are giving them. Okay, so now we have a basic. Anything can go inside, right? Anything. It is a perfect display card. Absolutely. So what do we have to display? Well, let's show you what I created. I created some of these monsters from Sizzix. Look at how cute. I went ahead and created a bunch. And I created an orange one, and I created a blue one. Oh, this guy doesn't have legs on, and I wanted to not put the legs on it yet because I wanted to show you how fun this one is. So you look at this hole and you're like, why is there a hole in this die? I'm like, that's kind of weird. But if you put, let me grab some pop dots here. Some pop dots, let's see. I'm gonna line this up just right so that that edge right here is right at the bottom edge there. And let's get some pop dots here, and I'm gonna stick them right in the hole. I think I need two because these aren't very thick, so I'm gonna add another one. Get extra thick here, extra poppy. All right, so when this now gets glued on, the legs will dangle, it will dance. So when it gets on there, there's a space here for the legs now to move. Yeah, they're wiggle legs. It's pretty cute. Let's see, I'm gonna put this guy here at the base of my pop-up. Now, it's not gonna give him much room to wiggle, but maybe if I put him high enough, we'll see if we can get it to wiggle. Okay, that's gonna be tricky because I'm gonna try to get it in a pop-up. All right, so I got that's good to go. Now let's see if we can get it just high enough. This paper's pushed from behind. Now let's see. Well, they dangle. Probably not the best location. I bet if I was to put them on the front of the card, that would be a little better. But see, now I've got this fun monster. And I thought we would add another monster. At first I was going to do a big orange monster. Then I thought, no, I'd rather have Go Wild in orange because it pops off of this green really nice. To add Go Wild because you can really read it, so I can have the green monster back here. What do you think? That looks pretty cool. All right, let's have the Wild, and I'm going to just hook it right here on the top of this little corner, and let's see what happens. Get that right there. Kind of asking for a lot on this flimsy paper here, being hung on to by just one little fold of the paper, but I'm putting a lot of faith in it. Okay, it's to stay. Now I really need it to fold behind the monster. Let's see what happens. Look at there. There it goes. All right. So now we got Wild. Now I need this guy, my other monster. Probably need a piece of acetate to get him to stand up here because he could be holding the word go. Go Wild. Here, see, he can have this in his little hand. Look at that. He could hold go. Let's put this up here. See his little fingers coming through there. Look at that. See the little fingers? Oh, I gotta focus there. So cute. You're all for the orange. Well, I have a grandson who turns 5 next week. Orange is his favorite color, so I really wanted. That's gonna work. That's gonna work. But I need a piece of acetate to get that in there, and I forgot to grab a piece. Let me see if I can find my acetate over here. cut me off a little strip. Let's see. Let's cut a little section off. I want to use the heavyweight acetate because you want it to be nice and sturdy, and this does have a protective coating on it. Let's see, how high do I want this to go? About here. And liquid glue and acetate, they're not as good of friends. They don't stay very well. So I'm going to have to use a little bit of red line or score tape for this to get it on to stay. So let's get that plastic coating off. Now it's clear and see-through, see nobody can see it. It's there, it's in my hand, it's invisible. And we'll cut a little bit of score tape on the bottom. And let's get just a little bit. Now let's get that stuck on that back box. There. Now we have a place for here. This guy, he can, I can't see, sorry. Like he could be jumping in the air. He's so excited. He's going wild here. So let's, I think I'll put just a little piece of score tape right there on his back. And let's see if we can line that up on the acetate just fine. All right. Magic. Right between his legs is where I need to go. Right between his legs. All right, look, now he says go wild. Let's see if it closes. Oh, we got to move him. We got a problem. Hand sticking out. Got to go over a tiny bit more, little guy. And the score tape chose to stick to, let's go a little higher, the acetate more than it did the monster. All right, well there he is. He's sticking out there, going a little height. Let's see if he sticks out now. Oh, he's good. He's good to go. So now I can cut off this excess acetate here that I have. Go away. All right, so now we have these two little monsters go wild, but we need more monsters. I want him to make sure that sticks behind there. Let's see, folding, more monsters. All right, so I made tons of them. So we've got the yellow germy monster. Maybe he can be hooked on this wild guy. Let's see. I wonder if I kind of hook him on this W down here, if he'll stay behind, then maybe that make him fall behind here. Oh, but he's got a lot of catch points too, so I don't know. Let's see. He's got all these little stringy arms, so he could be going anywhere. Or does it, when it folds, it goes behind, but when it pops way up, then it wants to go. I guess that doesn't matter, does it? Doesn't matter that he wants to stay in front. Anyway, let's add some germs. I keep calling him germs because that's what they're in, the germs, but let's add him. Kind of want him on this thing sticking up way up here. Let's try it. Let's be brave and try it. Get him maybe hooked on the L. Maybe this little tentacle thing can be wrapped around the D a bit. Let's try it. You know, if it catches on something, what's the worst thing we do? We just take it off, right? And then get him hooked on the top of the L. Maybe this little tentacle will go behind. And then this one in front. So he's kind of woven in there. Okay, before I go crazy and glue it on, but look how funny it is. It could be cute hanging on there. Let's see what he does. I am going to sell kits, Michelle. They're going to be kitted, yes. In fact, my team has already started kitting them. They're going to not be happy when they see how many more monsters I added. Because when I first got started, I only had a few monsters on here. But yes, this will be kitted. All right, so if it is something you're interested, this is when you say on here, like this, I definitely want to have a kit. So what will happen, Michelle, say you want a kit? Then I will now reach out to you. I'll send you the link when the kit is kitted so that you will have first dibs, and I'll make sure you get an email with the link to the little monster. Okay, so I'm just going to get this little guy out here. Whoa. So all these little pleats that are on this fold is a place that we can add a monster. And I just got to, every time I put one on, I want to make sure it closes. So I've got a yellow one. I think maybe now we're going to have to put a yellow one over here somewhere, right? So get our yellow ones out. I'll get one. You can be going crazy. Like, I wonder if he sticks out way out here on the platform. Well, let's just try it. Let's see what happens. This will be fun. Let's just see what happens. Remember, every time we add one, we're just going to have to do another quick check. Look at him. We're all going monster. We're going wild. We're celebrating. Let's see if he stays in. Oh my goodness, look at that. He's barely in there, but he stayed. He stayed. That's his home. All right, so now we made these minty green ones. I kind of want this guy to have a little buddy down here. Let's see if we could put one right next to our dancing guy. Let's just... So these are easy to put together. When Karen designed it, she's got this white circle that you see right here that has 2 teeth on it that will come through the mouth. And then just take a black circle or black piece that covers the part of the mouth. And I did ink it a little bit for fun. But I made these ahead of time because I didn't think anybody wanted to see me make these things. Oh gosh, and they're not really hard to make. Okay. He wants to stay on my hand, not get next to his buddy here. All right, there he is. Look, he's got a buddy down there. Now we can add some more. Let's add him up here. Let's see what happens when we add him up here. Let's get some on this little tentacle there. And we'll get him perching right there. He's just gonna sit right there. Let's see what happens when we fold him up. Oh, we are doing good. We are doing good. So I just think, oh, that guy didn't want to stay. Let's get a little more glue on there maybe. Okay. I think I just need, I've got to be more patient with this glue. They're falling off. Is that a clip? He dries. Get him on a clip too. Get him to dry. I'm the boss of you, little monster. You have to stay where I put you. Anyway, then we have some more orange. The orange ones. He could be down in here. So now we can also take some acetate. Where did I put that piece of acetate? And stick them out so that they're coming out, sticking out more in the center. Like if we stick an acetate here, they could be flying, you know, in the middle somehow. Like if I put him on acetate, I don't want him to be in What Fried Mr. Yellow. But here he can be, if I put the acetate on this piece, I don't know if you can see the acetate, but there's a piece of acetate right here. And then he could be sticking out here. Like this. So let me put a little bit of tape on the acetate. And get him. Oh yeah. Yeah, the space. You could put the rocket in here. This could be. Opportunities are just endless. Okay, I want to see where this acetate's going to hit, if it's going to fold with that acetate. Oh, God, I have to put all those pins in there. I think it'll work. All right, let's see if I can add this guy on it. All those clips in there are not going to shut, so I got to take the clips off and then see if it will shut. Get a little too excited. I was trying to take all the different colored monsters that are in this print and get all the colors represented here with these pieces. Oh, look, he looks kind of cute hanging out there, doesn't he? Okay, let's see if he closes. Oh, he's not gonna go behind this guy. Does he have to go behind? Or, yeah, he's not gonna hit right. He won't hit in front. He won't hit in back. He's gonna, yeah, he won't work there. Maybe the orange one will, though. Let's try orange guy. Because he's got to, I'm watching where that, he's got to fall behind the monster. So we've got to be careful. And he just has too many little pokies. This guy might work. Let's try him. Try him. And then you just don't know. So it's all about just placing them however you want. There's not a wrong or right, as long as the card will open and shut. And you just want to sprinkle the colors everywhere. So you got all kinds of monsters going wild. And I thought we would use some of the sentiments on Karen's monster. See, I don't know if he will fall behind. If he will catch in front, that would be good. Let's see. Oh, good. He went in front. Let's see. If I train him to go in front, maybe he'll always go in front. But yeah, he did okay. So yeah, we're just going to add, maybe we need to add another, the orange guy too. So we have, oh, he's too close to that orange guy. Anyway, we'll just keep adding little monsters every go. Let's go to the, gosh, I don't even know. He's so cute. They're just so fun. They could be sprinkled in here too, on the ground. We got orange ones. I want to definitely put maybe an orange one over here. It could just be there. He could be just there. That's kind of fun too. All right, so anyway, we can add a sentiment here. Don't know, like maybe put a little sentiment piece there. Not sure about that, but we need to do something about the front. So that one's not gonna fall. Let's see, there we go. That one's not gonna stay. I'm gonna have to figure out something else with this guy. Maybe he just needs to be on, not on acetate. Let's just get him on the paper. I'm gonna figure out how I get some acetate on. Oops, now it's all folded wrong. Acetate one's on here. Gotta be careful because it's just this, it's gotta all fold, right? Oh gosh, we need to have one way up here. This looks like a good place for one. We could probably add this guy up here. Oh, he would be good there. Let's try that. Looks like a good spot for one. Look, all down the row. Yeah, that's closing much better. All right, so on the front, I want to bring this plaid back up in the front. Let's get that on. And remember I said I made a monster using Karen's monster add-ons and her oval. He's kind of cute. All right. See how he looks? He's so fun. So he can be sitting on our card here. We might even be able to pop him up a bit. But let's see, where's the printed paper I cut? Got more monsters than I know what to do with. Let's see. I know I cut some printed monster paper. It's hiding on me. Did it fall somewhere? Sheesh. I don't even know. Well, well, well. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. It's stuck to the side. All right, monster. So we want him to be tucked in, a little sticking out. Maybe kind of like this. And then we can add another blue border down the side here. Get just under. So I think what I'll do is I'll get the blue border on this piece first. Make this one piece. I think that'd be the easiest way to do it. And I should have brought the monster saying stamps here because you guys could help me pick what sentiment. There's so many cute ones on there. Monster Kisses and Birthday Wishes, the one I want to use, I think. I think that's one of them. Monster Kisses and Birthday Wishes. And so he's going to my grandson. All right, so he'll sit kind of sticking over the card, and then we just take this piece and line it up, and then we can put happy birthday here. We can once again add another little sentiment. Covering right in here, maybe one of the stamps. That was a spaceship. I love it. That's funny. Anyways, I think that's going to be the front of the card with some sentiment there. And then when we open it up, it's going to say "Go Wild." Oh my goodness, look at him. He hooked on to this. See this? These guys like have too many catch points. He hooked right onto that W. You naughty little alien. He's going to get a haircut. He's going to get a tentacle cut right there. He's going to say goodbye to that tentacle. Because I like you there, but you can't be hooking onto my wild. There we go. There's my wild. There it is. Okay, now let's practice. Let's just see if it all shut and open. Okay. Shut. And open. Nope, wild's getting caught. Sheesh. Come on now. Do your job. Shut. Open. There it is. Shut. Open. We're doing it. We're doing it. Oh, I'd love to challenge all those little catch points. Anyway, that's our card for today, my friends. Hope you enjoyed all these little cute monsters and this wonderful explosion pop-up. It's super fun. I hope you guys have a great Mother's Day. Enjoy it with family. And we'll see you next Friday. TTFN. Thank you, Janie. I'm not exactly sure, Michelle, what you thought was a spaceship. The alien? Because there is a spaceship. There is a spaceship. I have to say this before I say goodbye. He is an alien, and there is a spaceship. So, there's something. I will definitely, Autumn, say hello to Alec for you. Have a good week. Bye.